Welcome back to another episode of Hashtag Her Story with Clavia. Tonight we're talking Wall Streets to All Streets. I love that name. I'm going to not prolong this introduction, but I'm going to bring Keisha Green to the stage. You knew her for, I would say, over 20 years. Just watching her blossom into the woman she is today. And you guys are going to hear her story. I am going to dismiss myself from the screen, but Keisha, it's such a pleasure to see you. You're looking lovely.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I'm so glad that you said yes to, just coming on this platform to speak about, what we should know. And a lot of women, even on this platform, in regards to sharing our story, there's so much truth to what we know and what we can share. The woman that I interviewed last, she said, our story is not for us. So I really thank you for just being here, and the stage is yours.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for having me. I speak fast. I'm gonna try to slow it down today. How is my tone? Can you hear me well? Okay.
Sounds good.
Well, for the people who do not know me, my name is Keisha Green. I am 39 years young. I was born in Jamaica, the island, not Jamaica, Queens. I am Jamaican. So I am the baby of 8 kids. I am the youngest of 8 kids. I have 6 older brothers, 1 older sister, and then it was me, little old me, the little chocolate one. So we moved from Jamaica. When I was really, really young, I always dreamed of coming to America. And I thought America was going to be like how we saw it on TV. Like we were just going to be in a big house, really rich, have butlers and food and everything just really at our dispense every single day. And but coming to America, I had big dreams. So when I came here, I noticed that people were living at different levels. And of course, I wanted to live at the highest level. In Jamaica, we weren't per se living at the lowest level. However, growing up, I didn't have things like electricity in my home. I didn't have like indoor plumbing, running water. I didn't have a refrigerator because we didn't have electricity. So when we came to America, having stuff like that was like a big win for me. And then going out into the world, I always want to be really successful. So, top tier in America, the American dream, if you want to be successful, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, or you want to be an accountant. So I chose the accounting route. So I went to school, I got my degree, and I started working on Wall Street as an intern. And then I started working for a huge law firm. I was an accountant coordinator, making my 6 figures, worked my way up, started making 6 figures. During the pandemic now, my job started working from home, and that was an eye-opener for me, right? I always wanted to have my time back. So while I was working, I was never happy. I became an accountant and I was making 6 figures, but I was never fulfilled. That was the American dream, but that wasn't my dream. Now I had to figure out like the life I always envisioned of living, like how do I live that? So I joined this company in 2014 called World Ventures. And I believe that was the beginning of the rebirth of Keisha Green, the Keisha Green that is today, that I see today. Not the Keisha Green who just wanted to work a job, but Keisha Green who wanted to impact the world, right? When I saw that there was this thing, it's called power in numbers. When I realized that together we can really do more versus me going out and just going crazy doing that, I figured if we can all learn some skills, then we can all win together in a big way. So what World Ventures did for me was it opened my mind because it was a traveling company. I was able to travel to different parts of the world, Fiji, Dubai, Greece, places I dreamed of going, but financially I wasn't able to go. But what World Ventures did for me was they had a lot of self-development. Now, self-development is the key to life. Self-development started developing who I am. Who are you? The Keisha Green. Who do you want to be? Started reading books, started going to seminars, and just started developing myself. And that was a big difference because now I started becoming more resilient. When times got tough, I didn't, start complaining and things like that. I became more consistent, right? So I learned, this was one of the things I learned that I think it stuck with me to today, and I stick with it every single day. And this right here have changed everything for me, right? And this is the reason why I show up every day. One day off is more detrimental than one successful day. So we have to show up consistently 10, 15 days in a row to be the equivalent of the one day that we take off, right? Now, when I was working, I never took days off. I was working 5 days a week for my paycheck. So World Ventures instilled the entrepreneurship mindset in me. If I can go to my job for 40 hours a week, I can work for myself for 40 hours a week. If I can bring someone else a paycheck, I can bring myself a paycheck. I just had to find the skill that I needed to be able to pay myself for my time. So the pandemic rolled around, my job started working from home, and I got introduced to trading. Trading all markets, the Forex market, the stock market, just trading all markets. I got introduced a couple of years before that, but I didn't stick with it. I bought a stock here, I bought a stock there, but I didn't really educate myself or take the time to really understand how powerful or how empowered I can be, or how I can empower others if we learn the skill of trading and investing, but simply growing our money, turning $1 into $2, $2 into $4. Nothing crazy, but being able to double up or grow our money consistently over time. Not going to work for money, but grow the money we already have. Now, I saw the power in this when I took my first trade on my own. I remember there was a merger between Sprint and T-Mobile. These are phone companies that we all know. I took a trade. One company went to the moon. One company went to the floor. I remember I paid $97 for my first trade. And in 2, 3, 4 days, something like that, that trade went to $13,000. Why? Because the merger happened and T-Mobile went high. I didn't understand what I did. And ever since that happened, I was on the verge of trying to figure out, how can I do it again? How can I do that over and over and over and over and over and over again? And when the pandemic hit now, I started working from home, like I was saying before. So that just gave me more time to trade or to learn how to trade. Now, when I first started learning how to trade, I wanted to make $1 million every day. That's not how growing your money, or that's not how money works, right? And the first thing when we want to make money is we need to learn how to do it. Education or understanding is the key. It's the core to doing things the right way, or to doing things in a winning way, right? So I was on the verge of trying to learn how to trade, but I wasn't practicing. I was on YouTube. I was listening to the gurus here and there. I was paying people to take their trades. I was not doing it the right way. Then I joined in December of 2020. I decided that, you know what, enough is enough. Because what happened was, while I was playing around, my account was going up, my account was going down, my account was going up, it was going down. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't like the yo-yo or the yin-yang feeling of what was going on. I knew that it was possible for me to become financially free, time free, to be able to have more money at the end of the day, the week, and the month than I was able to have with my paycheck. I just needed to figure out, and I just need to learn the skills. So in December of 2020, New Year's was coming around, and I had laid out my New Year's resolution. And one of my New Year's resolutions on my goal was to make consistently on the side, to make $5,000 to $10,000 a month. When I was working at my job, I was making like $5,000 to $6,000 a month already. So I was like, if I can match that or double that, then I can walk away from my job. Then the next goal was, okay, how do I make $5,000 to $10,000 a month? I needed to learn a skill. Like I said, I knew that it was possible trading. So I need to figure out, how can I learn how to trade? How can I learn how to invest? How can I learn how to grow my money, right? How can I go from banking to investing? How can my money that's in the bank, my 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever dollars I had in the bank, how can I double it without having to go to work another 8 hours a day, without having to go to work, right? So I sought out to see who taught how to trade. I came across I Am Mastery Academy. Yes, I am putting this out there. I love this company. It's the best of the best. I Am Mastery Academy. If you want to learn how to trade, invest, do e-commerce, anything like that, this company have the best educators in the world. I joined in December of 2020, right? And when I joined, I had a short-term mindset, like most of us do. We get broke. We don't know. It takes us years to get broke. Like most people get broke slow. I'm 39 years old. It took me 39 years to get here. So most people don't get rich, don't get broke fast. They get broke slow. But you want to get rich fast. No one wants to put in the 39 years to get rich that it took them to get broke. Right? So when I first joined I Am Master Academy, I said, I'm giving this company 1 month. Right? I didn't know that this company was going to change my life and make me want to learn and bring the knowledge that I am learning here, the knowledge of Wall Street, to all streets. This is how the name Wall Street to All Streets was born. So when I joined I Am Mastery Academy, I got on a trading session with an educator. These people teach you how to trade and teach you how to understand the markets. And then they had live trading sessions. A lady called out a trade. I took the trade. I lost some money at first. But then I went back and I watched the reason why I lost the money. Because what I love about the sessions, right? There are multiple people on the sessions. 30, I don't know how many people are on the sessions, but there's a chat. And she's asking who made money. Everyone else made money except for me. So when you're the odd one, you have to look at yourself to say, what did I do wrong? So when the session was over, I went back to watch the session to see what I did wrong. See, in the beginning, when I started talking, I said, understanding or educating yourself is going to be the key. I was out here trading and I didn't even understand how to take the trade properly. How can you win when you don't have understanding? So once I understood what I was doing, I got back on and I started studying. I started practicing, right? I started studying and practicing. The next session she came on, I took the trade. I won. Because I now understood what she was saying, right? So long story short, it was a nice month. I don't know if you guys know about Bitcoin, but Bitcoin had flew from about 15,000 to about 60,000 in a short period of time. And I was fortunate to catch a lot of that run up. A lot of that run up. I'm talking about like retirement money, retirement money, right? So I'm thankful and grateful to the Academy because I didn't even know what Bitcoin was before when I joined the Academy. I knew what it was, but I didn't understand what Bitcoin was. I didn't understand the value. I didn't understand other currencies. I only understood per se the US dollar. I didn't understand that I could trade different markets. I didn't understand that I could take my money from my bank account and put it in a stock. Or I could put it in a crypto, or I could simply just take my money and trade different instruments and make more money. I didn't know when to get in, when to get out, or what to trade at what time. I didn't understand. Once I started understanding, everything started changing for me. A little bit of understanding go a lot of ways. So roll around 2021, I was able to walk away from my job. They wanted me to get vaccinated. I didn't want to get vaccinated. I had now made my money, so I had decisions to make. So I decided to now take my time back, right? So when I joined I Am Academy, I did not know that this was going to help me buy my time back. Now that I have my time, I can focus on making money 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day, right? I can jump on, I can study, I can trade, and I can set a goal. I can make whatever amount I want in a day and still have my time. I don't have to clock in at my job and be there for 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever it is. See, me, I don't knock jobs. I just prefer profit over wages. Profits are better than wages, right? So yes, I always believed that profits were better than wages, right? Now, how do we make a profit? How do we grow our money? So now that I'm learning how to invest and trade, I see that it's really life-changing. It makes a difference. And my goal is to bring this knowledge of Wall Street to all streets. You know why? Growing up, I saw people who worked for the city, MTA workers, teachers. I didn't really see too many doctors or lawyers in my neighborhood. I saw an accountant here and there, right? But you know who I didn't see? I did not see investors. I did not see people who were trading. I did not see people who were showing people how to grow money, how to make money. See, I went to college, right? Got my degree in accounting. And when I went to college, after college, I was in debt, big debt. College taught me how to get a job to pay off my debt. So when I graduated from college with my accounting degree, I was $70,000 in the hole. I got a $50,000 job, $50,000 per year. It was hard. those numbers don't add up, right? So after working a couple of years and being able to pay off my student loans and pay off college back, and I had a vision for myself. I was very ambitious. I graduated college. I turned 21 after I graduated college. So I graduated college at 20. I turned 21 the summer after I graduated college. I was giving myself 5 years to work at my job. In 5 years, I'm going to make this. I'm going to have saved this. I'm going to that. And man, I was working until I was 35 years old. I started working, right? My job kept me just over broke. That hole that college dug me in, I couldn't get out of it. It took me almost 15 years after I graduated to pay off my student loans and start saving money and started seeing money in my savings. I started trading in 2019. I joined the academy in 2020. 2021, I was able to walk away from my job. At my job, they were giving me raises. I went from making 50-something thousand. When I left my job, on paper, it says my income was $109,000 and change, almost $110,000 per year, right? In those years I was working, I was able to double my income. It took me about 15 years to double my income, and I was still broke, still just over broke. You know why? Because in those 15 years, everything went up. Prices went up. Rent went up. Light went up. Gas went up. Food went up. Hair went up. Everything that I did in life, everything that we consumed, clothes, everything I consumed on a daily basis went up. But my income was not going up at that rapid pace. My income went up over 15 years. Like I said, profits is better than wages. So when I joined the academy, I took a few dollars from my trading account, from my bank account, and I invested it I put it in my trading account. I paid attention to what the educators said. I am very coachable and teachable. And if they said A, I did A. If they said B, I did B. I studied. I didn't sleep for nights because I was still working at my job. I didn't sleep for nights, days, nights. I sacrificed my time. I sacrificed a little bit of money that I had that I was just over broke anyway, that I was probably going to spend on nothing anyway. And I invested in my learning, and I invested in my trading accounts. And then I started getting it. I started getting it on my own, right? I started getting it on my own. See, at first, I needed the educators. I needed to learn. I needed to plug in. I needed them, right? But after a while, I gave myself, remember, I said I was going to quit the first month. I joined in December of 2020. It is now October of 2023, and I'm still here. So what happened was when I realized how powerful learning how to trade it and invest was, I stopped looking for the fast money. And I said, it took me 35, 36 years to get here, right? I'm 39 years old now. So it took me this long to get here. So I could at least give myself 5 years, 10 years, 15 years to master this skill. Right? Because I do have the rest of my life to live. So why am I in a rush? Even if I made $1 million today or tomorrow, I'm not in a rush. I'm in a rush to learn and sharpen my skills, because the better I get, the better this world will be, because I am going to spread this knowledge of Wall Street to all streets. Now, also, right, in 2021, I partnered up with my friend named Kelsey. She have a brand named Young Millionaire. And it was just such a beautiful harmony. The goal is to help empower everyone so that we can have a lot more young millionaires on our streets. We're going to bring the knowledge of Wall Street to all streets so that we can have more young millionaires that look like us.
I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Keisha, I am so proud of you. I mean, from, like you said, young, dark-skinned girl from Jamaica, wanted that American dream. And I would say you are living the dream. And to be able to want to spread that to the streets, I applaud you for that, honestly. Do you hear echo when I'm speaking?
I don't.
Okay. I'm hearing that echo. It's kind of weird. But yeah, I took some notes, and I have a couple of questions. And I'm hoping that whoever watches this, please comment below, and Keisha's going to provide where you can reach her if you want to become a student of hers. I'm sure that would be something that she would be willing to do, and hopefully those who are willing to learn this skill, that you would definitely tap in. Powers in numbers. Tell us more about that. Because I know a lot of people, you know, they want to do it, but they feel maybe I'll just do it alone. But even, yeah, tell us more about power in numbers.
Okay. So trading and learning online or learning on your own is a boring thing in itself, right? So growing up or going to school, they were always like, keep your eyes on your own paper. Mm-hmm. I always felt like if you knew the answer, not tell me the answer, but, you know, like, let's come together and have study groups, right? Yes. Now, what I love about this is we have, and my friend Kelsey, she came up with this idea called the way to win. Okay. It's a way for us all to win. Mm-hmm. Now, everyone learn at their own pace. That's why some people are making millions and some people are not yet, you know, they're on their way, right? So if we're all plugged into the same class, the same educators, the same, if we're all doing it, right? Because some people say they do it, they don't do it. Mm-hmm. Now, in order to learn something or in order to sharpen a skill, you need to practice. Right. At least once a day or an hour a day. Right. So we're saying, okay, it's 7 days in a week. We come together on Sundays. Let's all practice or watch this one video for these next 6 days. Then on Sunday, we come together and we discuss like a study group. Mm-hmm. And the mastermind in that alone has been magnificent. Why? Because sometimes you might see something that I haven't seen, or I might see something that you didn't see while you were studying on your own. Right. Like that right there is just the beginning of the power in numbers, right? Now, there's something called network marketing, right? You ever heard your network is your net worth? Mm-hmm. Now, I was introduced to network marketing in 2011, and it blew my mind. Mm-hmm. Now, thank God, I thank God so much that I've never heard of the word pyramid scheme for this, right? Yeah. Because someone would have robbed me of the best opportunities of my life. Right. I'm so thankful and grateful. And sometimes I'm speaking to my spouse and something like that. And I'm like, I don't know that I was born in Jamaica. And thank God, you know, that happened, because most people who are here, they heard the word. And thank God I didn't, because network marketing blessed me or birthed the person that I am today. Mm-hmm. Right. So networking. Your network is your net worth. Yeah. You are who you surround yourselves with. Yeah. Right? I learned, like I said, I'm the baby of 8 kids. And I'm going to use this as an example. And I hope nobody don't take it bad. Like my sister is here. Lisa, don't take this bad, right? But listen to this, right? They say you are who you surround yourself with, right? When most people start a business or they want to be successful, they go to their family and friends. Right. I was around my family my whole life. If they were the ones to help me be, you know what I mean, I would have been it. Right. No. Yeah. But we have to get out there and network with people. Right. New people. And you know what it is? People are uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. But guess what? Your success lies right beyond your comfort zone. Yeah, so true. Right? Not far. It's right. As soon as you decide that we have to get uncomfortable, get through the uncomfortable part to get comfortable. If you want to live comfortably, don't want to be stressed about your bills or this and the third, you have to do what's uncomfortable. Whether that's waking up daily, going to the gym, whatever you have to do the hard part. Get out your comfort zone. Yeah. Yeah. The hard part now. Instead of waiting to get later. Question for you in regards to self-development. Do you feel, especially with our youths today, should they focus on self-development first and then take the avenue of, you know, working with other people, finding themselves, so to speak? What would be your advice for someone that maybe just don't know, like they're discouraged or their mindset isn't right? I would say their mindset should be right first, and then how would you... I think self-development should be incorporated in our daily lives. Right. Overall, when you will hear something and sometimes it will trigger you. But what happened, right? What needs to happen is the sleeping giant in you needs to be awoken. Right. So you need to hear that you can do it. You need to hear that development. Also, in self-development, they give you ideas, they give you systems, they give you ways to do it that you probably weren't thinking of. Right. But at the same time, it's building you. It's building that callus on your brain. So when you hear no or you can't do it, you're like, that's not what I heard. I've been hearing I've been developing myself. It's like going to the gym and building a muscle. Yeah. Keep building that muscle gets stronger. Consistency, like you said. Yeah. Over time. So
Yeah.
reading a book, this is self-development. And it's not as hard as people think. It's actually easy to do. So what's easy to do is also hard to do. Reading 10 pages of a book each day, or reading for 10 minutes each day.
Right. Right.
It will change your life. Change our lives.
Yeah. All right. Trading and investment, or trading and investing. For someone that maybe wanted to be a firefighter, do you think everyone can trade? Everyone can invest, even if they never thought about it?
Yes. If everyone know how to count 1, 2, or know how to spend the money, a dollar, doesn't matter what currency it is. Yes. If you use money, yes.
And would you say, is there like a minimum? So you hear the word trade, you hear the word Wall Street, you hear investing. Oh, I don't have $100 or $1,000, making your money, what you have, like you said, in the bank, double what it is versus spending it on this, let's invest it. How would you encourage somebody that, maybe might hear this? And we want to encourage women, but across the board, how would you,
So I love this, because when I first started, I was traded with people who had magnificent accounts. When I say magnificent, I was doing really well. Like, I would have profitable $5,000 days, and I was scared to put it in the group chat, because my big $5,000 days was their $500,000 days.
Right.
So it was like, whatever. So I had a small account. So I had to start $500 and build it up. And then I was able to build up more, and, lose some, win some, because I didn't know what I was doing. So for people who you do not need a lot of money to start investing.
Okay.
You can simply put $5 on a stock, or $5 on a crypto, or $10 or $20, and you could do it concurrently, weekly, every time you get paid, or something like that.
Right.
Trading accounts, they do encourage people to start trading accounts with a decent size of money, but you can start with $50. Not going to make $1 million or $50, but you can 50 into 100. Now you have $100 account. You can turn 100 into 200. Now you have it, and we can build up over time. And that's that's the goal right there.
Right. That's encouraging. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. That's all we're doing. The same money that's sitting in our bank accounts, we can invest it. It's not going to go to zero or disappear. No, it's going to go up and down a little bit. But if I leave it in my bank account, I guarantee it won't go nowhere. I would just use it. It will not grow. Yeah. So yes, you can invest. If you do have more money to invest, you can invest. You can start a bigger account. But if you don't start, we all have to start somewhere. And where you start is your starting point. And that's the key.
That's good. That's good. And I mean, I put down the word education if education is needed, but you basically said it, because as long as you can count, as long as whether it's $1, $5, $10, you can definitely start. And again, we're going to share your information so our viewers can contact you if they have follow-up questions, or if they want to start today. It's so funny. I think I was looking at, I work for a financial institute now, and I'm learning as I'm there. So I'm glad we're even having this conversation, learning about interest rates and all these different things. And we have people that, sometimes they will call in and ask, what's our interest rate? And they said, oh, because right now my bank is only paying 0.05%. Oh, wow. And that's nothing. So it's like they have money, because these are like older people that have inheritance and all this type of stuff. And it's like their money sitting there not growing. I need to put it somewhere, So I think this is something that everyone needs to hear, that instead of having your money just sit there,
you can put
trade it, invest it. Yeah.
In the beginning, I'm gonna share this. In the beginning of the year, January, February, we have a group from the Academy, I Am Academy people. We're learning together, and stocks and options always been my thing. We learned how to trade Forex, we learned how to trade crypto, we learned how to trade stocks, we learned how to trade everything. So stocks and options has always been my thing. So since the pandemic, a lot of stocks have gotten beaten up, like the name. I'm gonna give you guys some sauce right now, right? So for the people who are listening, who are interested in how to start investing or where to start, follow your dollar. What does that mean, right? Your dollar is your money and your time, right? Most people are spending their time passively, and we are the customers of these companies, which are the biggest stocks in the world, right? I'm going to give you guys 5 stocks right now that I'm sure everyone who hears this will already know of, and they probably use these things every day. Not just you once in a while, every day.
Right.
So the first one is called Facebook or Meta. We're Meta. If Meta was Meta is so big, it's almost its own country, planet, not country, planet.
Right.
Right. Meta. The next one is Apple. I have an Apple phone. I'm on an Apple computer. Apple. Right. The next one is Amazon. Amazon Prime changed the world. Everyone heard about Amazon. The next one is Netflix. Netflix and chill. Netflix just changed the rules the other day. Their stock surged $50 just last week in one day. So if you had invested $5 in Netflix, Netflix went up $50. Guess where did your $5 do? Wow. Your $5 also went up too. Right? And the last one is Google. Google this, Google that. We've been Googling things forever. Google an address. These are
everything.
stocks.
Yeah.
Those 5 stocks we all use almost every single day. Those are like the 5 most heavily weighted stocks on the S&P 500. And if you don't know,
what does that mean?
This is a okay. So the S&P is it means Standards and Poor, but it's a ETF. It's electronic fund technology that it groups 500 stocks in one. And you can also trade the S&P, but it also controls a lot of the market.
Got it. Okay.
So
educate.
Because I trade the S&P almost every day, and I trade that on the stock platform. I could trade that on a futures platform, and I could trade that on a forex platform. So
now I want you to touch on. I know you mentioned different currencies. So instead of just trading U.S. dollars, how is it that you're able to trade? Is it that you're trading in other countries, or how does that work in regards to not just trading U.S. dollars, Jamaican money or TT dollars, or how does that work?
Okay. So when we're trading foreign currencies, it's just an instrument. So it's me trading Apple.
Okay.
So when you're trading forex, you're just choosing what you're trading. I could trade gold, I could trade silver, I could trade metal, I could trade AUD, USD. It's just what I'm choosing to trade.
Got it. Okay.
Right? Okay. So it's not that I'm trading in foreign currencies. I'm just trading foreign market.
Foreign market. Okay.
So forex is just an abbreviation for the foreign exchange market.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Good. What about NSF, NFT, and NFTs? Yes.
NFTs.
I know that was a big thing during the pandemic, and
yes, and they will be again. It's just like Bitcoin. Everyone thought Bitcoin was gonna die, and today, as you can see, Bitcoin hit 35,000 again. And if you've been, if you're not in my Discord. If you guys join the academy, you get to be in my Discord, and you get access to not only the educators, but access to me too. And I live, eat, and breathe this stuff. So I am in here and I'm always studying. My sister will tell you, I don't leave my computer. She's like, what you doing? I'm always here because I'm not addicted. It's just, I want to sharpen my skills. I want to get so good that I could teach my mom. She's elderly. I want to teach my father. You want to be able to, because what happened is what I've realized is like a lot of people who are born, who are the OGs.
Yes.
Technology is a hard thing for them. It's hard for them, technology. So how do I simplify it that even a 13-year-old, 80-year-old,
right?
Because the act of trading is not hard. Anyone can pick up a phone or computer and press the button. Now, it's to know when to press the button, when to get in and when to get out. And I want to be able to, help my mom, help my nephews, help my nieces, simplify it for everyone, and bring the knowledge of Wall Street to all streets, because it's not.
I love that. Yeah. And I am going to plan I want to plan some type of grand event, virtual event. What age group would you consider in regards to training or coaching? What is the minimum age?
To join the academy, you have to be 18. However, I believe you need to start them as young as possible. Once they can count, because what happens is kids can see patterns. Trading is just a form of patterns. Kids can learn how to code. They can, once they are younger. It's when we get older and the brain start, get loose and start being discouraged. So I would say start checking. If they 5-year-old, they can read, they can understand. That's the ceiling. That's the floor. That's red mean going down. They can understand the base. Yes, start them as young as possible. My dream, my goal, my plan is to try to get financial literacy in the classrooms.
Well, that was my question. That was my follow-up question. I was going to ask you, how's your patience in regards to, even if you get 5 children that are 7 years old?
Adults.
Okay, that's good to know. That is good to know, because I'm about to just share in regards to sharing this information, but how many children would be interested, because they want everything they see in the store. They think money grow on trees. So let me show you how you can grow your own money.
Absolutely. And then the parents could set up a demo account where the kids could start practicing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's great.
You buy your kid an iPhone. Okay, show them how they can make money from that iPhone.
From the phone, yeah.
Show them how they can make money from these things. I see kids sitting around watching other kids on YouTube playing with their toys.
Yeah.
Blew my mind. Wow, they're money. But yeah.
I know.
Blew my mind. Show your kids how they can make their own money.
There's a debit card my children have. It's called Greenlight, and one of the features is investment. And I think they offered, when I got them the card, they offered like a free stock or a free. So I have to look into it, and I'll definitely hit you up to see exactly what can be done with that.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. And platforms, I love that. That's how I started trading. Some boy randomly was like, "Hey, if you download this app, it give you a free stock."
Right.
I was like, not doing it. He took my phone, pressed the button. I think it was the power. You had to put my thumb there.
Yeah.
Every time I see this boy on social media or something, I bless him and I make sure I comment. Thank you for doing that day, because that was,
he ignited something. Yeah. Amazing.
Yes,
amazing.
Did. Yes, he did.
All right. Profit over wages and just over broke. I mean, for myself right now, single parent, to need the job, but I know I don't need the job, because just like you, there's this passion where, I mean, you went to school for accounting, and because of whether it was the education that you got made it maybe easier for numbers have never been my thing, but how would you encourage others like myself to, not to say leave your job, but how would you, especially for those who don't like numbers?
The first thing I'm going to say is I am not encouraging you to leave your job.
Right.
Use your job. Right. Your job is your sponsor right now. So once we start seeing our job as what it is versus like what happened is, right? If I remember waking up in the morning and I was always miserable, but if I didn't feel good, it would be so stressful to call my job and tell them I don't feel good today.
Yeah. What? I'm gonna tell you something real quick. I spoke to a young lady, and she mentioned that too. She said, I don't feel like, for me to call my job because I don't want to come in. And now she's an entrepreneur. She lives in Georgia doing her thing. And she said that's something she had to do, because why do I have to explain myself? Why do I have to? So it's so funny you said that.
It was stressful. So
yeah,
my whole life, I was never a morning person. I would snooze the alarm 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Why? Because of where I didn't like where I was waking up to go to. Right. And I love my paycheck. My paycheck was cool.
Yeah.
1,000 every 2 weeks. That was cool. Now, I'm not saying hurry up and leave your job.
Right.
I'm saying hurry up and learn a skill.
Yeah.
Do both.
Right.
You are a mom of 2. You can't just leave your job like I just left my job. I don't have no kids. I got a dog.
Right.
And you said the word single. I have a spouse.
Right.
Right. I am single, not married, but I do have a spouse.
Yeah.
I don't have any kids that's dependent on me. So, so I'm not encouraging everyone that's listening. that's the goal. That's the end goal.
Use your job as a sponsor. Yes. Yeah.
Now we have to backtrack into how do I get to that goal? The goal is down there, like a football down here. How do we get there? Inch by inch.
Yeah.
One step at a time. So when people want to leave their job, I remember that, like, that's not what I'm telling you to do. You make sure I made almost an M before I left my job. And and what I realized was it wasn't enough.
Right.
That's not enough.
Yeah.
I need to continuously make this money.
Yeah.
So what I'm learning to do now from one of the coaches in the academy is to invest and trade my bills, right? Now, most likely you're going to get paid to pay your bills, right? So when you get paid, you pay your bills.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine if the money you was getting paid, you can leave that in your savings account.
Right.
Because now you took some money and you put it in a trading account. And now, okay, this month or this week, we're going to trade your rent. The goal is to trade your rent, and make the money off your rent.
Right.
Not to make $1 million.
Right. Right.
Trade your phone bill.
Yeah.
Oh, my kids got to get piano lessons. How much lessons? $185. Trade that $185 a month. Trade that bill. Eliminate that.
I love that.
Some cushion.
Yeah.
Right. That's all we're doing, inch by inch over time. Yes, it's gonna be days where you make mortgage money, car money. You know, I don't want to throw numbers out there because I don't want to give anyone's.
Of course. Yeah.
In the beginning, the money was my motive, and
right.
Now learning is my priority. And learning.
Yeah.
Once you learn, once people learn, you guys get this, right? Understand this. Once you learn how to do something, no one can take that skill from you.
For sure.
And no one can put a price on your time.
Mm-hmm. So
you could, like right now when jobs call me, I say this, I'm unemployable. Well, I don't say this no more. I say, are you paying me $1 million a month? Why? Because I can probably, if I put in 8 hours a day, I can probably make trading. You know, got to take a little bit of risk here and there, but I am more willing to put that time into me and this developing my skills than I am willing to put it into a job. And I already know the outcome. See, the thing with jobs, like I said, profits better than wages. With a job, it's like a known pain. I know the check is not enough. You know this pain. You know every 2 weeks, even though when you get paid, you know that check is already
gone. Yeah.
You know that. You know this pain.
Yeah.
But we sign up and we do it for it anyway. So people sign up for known pain versus unknown pleasures.
Yeah.
I don't know if you put $100 in your trading account, it's gonna go to $1 million. We don't know. But why not try? You never know. You know.
Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Oh, and all we need is a mustard seed.
That's it.
You know. So I used to call myself a hope dealer. But after I give people hope, I'm gonna need y'all to start, having some hope yourself. Like you can follow my hope, but now we have to do the work. Let's get to work.
Yeah, for sure. Let's get to work. All right. One last word of encouragement to our viewers. And again, I thank you so much for all of this, all these nuggets and education and encouragement. I mean, you always, every time we connect or reconnect, definitely always a light to my life. And I really appreciate you.
And I appreciate you. You've always been just pleasurable. I love that. Like, I'm at the season of my life where it's elevation versus separation. Yeah. And you have to know when to not cut people off per se, but you have to know when to move on. You have to, people are either helping you lift the weight or they're putting you back, or they stab the boat, and I go through that in seasons, and I love that about myself, right? So there's these seasons when I'm like, it's time to level up, and I just cut a lot of the nonsense off. So a word of encouragement for people, right? This is it. When you do your own heavy lifting, you build your own muscles. You can't expect someone else to go to the gym for you and you get in shape.
Right.
Apply that to everything. If you want to learn something, you have to show up to class. If you want to do something, if you want to know something, if you want to get better at something, you have to show up. Now, without consistency, we'll never start. We'll never finish. We have to get started and just keep going. Inch by inch, day by day, until. Don't put a time on your goal. If you inch by inch, day by day, you will get there. It's a cinch. It's inevitable. So.
Yeah. Thank you. And where can we find you, Keisha?
My Instagram is Keish, Keish 801 at. That's it. I was gonna give out my
and we'll have it on the bottom of the description.
Yes, and my Facebook, I'm Keisha Green. I'm Keish 801 on Instagram, and my name is Keisha Green on Facebook. Anyone who wants to learn, anyone who wants to get better, anyone who, if you have a skill already too, I am trying to get better in other ways too. Let's iron, sharpen iron. Come on, let's network. Let's rub shoulders. Let's knock our goals out for 2014. We have to get started now. Don't wait until 2014 to start on 2014.
2024.
2020. Oh, you hear me? That's the year I got started. In 2014, I got started. I got started in 2014. That's when my mindset shift. That year is
right.
I got started, and guess what? I just kept going.
Yeah.
I kept going. How many times did I come to you and try to share information with you, Clavia?
All the time. Yeah. All the time.
Whether you say yes or you say no, you did say yes. Whether you say yes or no, did I stop?
Not at all.
Inch by inch.
Yeah.
Until in 2014, I thought I was going to be rich in 2014.
Yeah.
2015, I thought I was going to be, you know what I mean? But over time, you will get there. But the key is you have to get started.
Consistency.
Now.
Yeah.
You have to get started. You have to get started first. Decide and commit. Decide the decision. Decide means cut off and kill off everything else. So you decide and you commit and you consistency a little bit over time. You don't have to knock down the whole tree right today.
Yeah.
Top or two every single day. Over a while, that tree will come falling down. So
beautiful. Awesome. Keisha, thank you so much for joining us here on this episode. And you guys look her up, Keish801. And I love the name again, Wall Street to All Streets.
Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Another great episode. I really enjoyed this episode. Finance is something that we all need to know, information that was shared. Some of it maybe you've never heard before, but Keisha, we really thank her for just sharing her heart. All right. And we are going to say good night or good morning, whatever time of day you're watching this. We appreciate you. And I am Clavia, the host of #HerStory Talk Show. Thank you and good night.